What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Kofi Kingston, aka 1/3 of the New Day. You're not gonna say it with me, sir? Yeah, come on, you better participate. Let's try it again. 1/3 of the New Day, and you are watching The Young and the Wrestlers. Ha 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 ha.
Welcome to The Young and the Wrestlers, the Pop Culture's WWE podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Ryan Betson, alongside...
I'm as deflated as one as Bailey's baby buddies. I'm Jem.
This is our SmackDown analysis, and it comes at you every Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. on your podcast services, 9 a.m. on those YouTubes. Excuse me as I burp a little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a touch.
Is that it? I think that's it. If you want to join that wrestling conversation, head over to Facebook, Twitter, Discord, Instagram. All those links are in the description below. If you want to join the conversation as it happens, head over to twitch.tv/thepopculturist. Give us a little bit of a follow. Maybe subscribe if you feel so inclined, and you'll get nice notifications when we do record this show live and in front of people. And you'll also get weird pre-show stuff, like talking about dinguses. And then we had a discussion where Jem and I would mouth instrument other wrestlers' intros just for the hell of it. Turns out, Jem does a really good, John Cena little, whatever that noise at the start of his is.
Tongue roll.
Well, yeah. I myself delivered not very good, but the option is there. But if you want to support us in a financial fashion, head over to patreon.com/thepopculturist. Support us at any dollar value. Get no rewards because we don't offer them. It's just the kindness of your heart. If you want to support us in a more once-off fashion, head over to why do I always say Facebook? Head over to popculture.com/shop. We buy shirts and other assorted shit with our logos on it. And when you are on Twitch, sometimes we stream games. There you go. Done. Mm-hmm. That intro went way too long. Jem, how are you?
Yes. I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. Better now.
I didn't sound very good in my intro.
No, you are really unsure. You're like, I'm deflated. I'm sad. Welcome to Young and the Wrestlers.
I'm fine. Why am I saying this? No, I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right, man. I'm all good. Good. Very, very good. No much complaints here. How has the week been since we chatted? That's not the correct word. Since we spoke about Raw Wednesday of last week?
Busy. I've been working flat chat, which has been good because I need the money for Vegas in July. But yeah, just a busy week. I've been sort of on the DL, just keeping my head down and my butt up, getting that cash.
Interesting choice of words.
Yeah.
Stick that bum up, make some dollary dues. That's right.
Should have thought about that. Here we are. But no, I'm good, man. I'm doing well.
Nah, it's good to hear, man. Absolutely good to hear.
As you can tell, a little bit tired.
Oh, understandable, which is absolutely fine. Let's get into the wrestling chats this week as I quickly pull up my notes because I've got notifications here from the wonderful gentleman that is Ghost in the Machine, giving us, I should say, a nice shout out on the internet, saying everyone should come and listen to the show. It's very kind of them. Let's kick things off with I've titled this episode Super Showdown is looking interesting. Mm-hmm. And that it is. Because we do have the SmackDown Tag Team Championship there with the New Day taking on the newly formed Miz and Morrison.
Newly reformed.
Thank you for the re. Speaking of reforms, though, they kicked this episode off with the Dirt Sheet. Now, I myself wasn't not watching during the original Dirt Sheet run, so this segment alone gave me a lot of cringe. I didn't really like it. I thought it was very stilted. I really enjoyed the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood trailer. But what about you? Did you feel like the connections were here?
Definitely not, and it was the same with the audience. The whole thing just sort of fell flat.
They did.
Yeah, it really didn't do much. Look, the cinematography and stuff was great. It was a really good little B-grade thing, don't get me wrong, and I did have a little bit of a laugh at how crappy it was. But yeah, it just, whatever they were trying to plant did not land.
Yeah, like I'm not. It's just the thing. I don't feel this is a disconnect between Miz and Morrison. I do certainly think that upon his return, they probably rekindled their friendship. It was like he never left. You know, and I presume they've been in contact since he did leave X amount of years ago. However, it's going to take time for them to get those wheels in motion. Now, it is a shame because it's been many years, and the Miz is better than ever. I presume Morrison had a good run at XL and WWE. These guys should know how to work, and do you think them being unable to deliver just a cool and interesting segment? Do you think this is a concern for their pairing come Super Showdown?
Oh, look, come Super Showdown, yeah, I think they've got a lot of rekindling to do coming into WrestleMania and stuff like that. So I think they're being thrust too quickly, too fast. I think they need to slow it down. I did get a really good laugh out of Morrison when he's like, yes, my shirt does have buttons and no, I won't use them. I was just like, that's great. And I do love that they've done the whole slow down the entrance thing again for them.
See, I understand that's an old thing, and I see it's really nice for that reason. It looks like crap, personally.
Oh, I love it because that's the whole point.
Yeah, if that was the old thing,
it's supposed to be cheesy.
Yeah, I like that. It's not the actual slow motion that I have a problem with. It's stilted. It's like because it's not shot on a high speed camera. The slow mo is stuttery because it's shot at say 24, 30 frames per second. You cut that shit in half, it's 15 frames, and that looks stuttery as crap, regardless of what you do. Like back in the day, would have made sense, but I think they need to have a camera that can support it.
Yeah, it was really funny. I loved it. I loved tattoos videos. Anyway.
But so the point I'm making here is I think there is some potential wobbliness between them because we had to see them apart from the qualifying match for the championship shot. That's the only time we've seen them together. Wrestle together. Yeah. And granted, they did get a win out of it, but it does seem jittery, man. It's very possible that there is some jitteriness heading into Super Showdown, and I think that may present.
Yeah, definitely a bit of WWE rust from Morrison for sure.
Very much so. Because Super Showdown is coming up much quicker than we think, and it looks to be the pay-per-view for February. So normally we can avoid Super Showdown or any of the Saudi shows as they're never the main focus for the month. They're always supplementary, but it looks like with no pay-per-view this month, that's probably what we're going to have to look at. So it looks like we sadly may have to cover it, which makes me sad.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's fine. So as they're doing this little section here, a bunch of shit happens. Like New Day come out and talk some smack. Rudolph get involved. Usos get involved.
Yeah, it was a bit. I did love when Big E pulled the microphone out of the popcorn bucket.
Thoroughly enjoyed that personally.
Yeah, that was amazing. They're really funny. They're very very funny.
So what?
So
go ahead.
This match? I was going to say, do we care about this match?
No. So it did transition to Usos versus Rudolph. Yeah. It's good to see Usos do shit. It's good to see Usos pick up the win here as well. So you've mentioned here in the notes that you think this may be a continuation of the Reigns Corbin feud. Do you think that's the case?
I think so, because straight after the match, they played obviously the video footage of what happened to Corbin getting dumped on and stuff like that. And then we get camera footage of him running up a set of stairs and yelling at the people in the TV truck. And he grabs one guy and
just yeets him down some stairs.
Yeah, but I couldn't help it. This was noted to me and I can't forget about it. Of course, he grabs the one black guy in the truck on Black History Month and throws him down the stairs.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, WWE.
Yep.
Class.
Their finger is on the pulse. It's a shame that pulse is in their butt.
But yeah, he throws these people, this poor guy down the stairs of the truck and is yelling and screaming, don't play that footage and whatnot. And I was like, all right, something's still going on here.
Yeah.
Corbin's going to get revenge now.
Well, let's move into that. So we did get confirmation that we will see Roman Reigns versus Baron Corbin once again for the final time, apparently, at Super Showdown. They are doing a steel cage match.
Yeah.
Fuck, why?
I know. I was hoping it was the end of it, but once, because, when Dolph came out, he was talking... No, it was after that. So, Corbin comes barreling down to the ring and yelling and screaming like when Goldberg was supposed to be interviewed, claiming he's not going to leave the ring, and you know, Roman Reigns this, that and the other, and he's like, you know, the Usos, you know, carrying dead weight and this, that and the other, and I was like, oh, this is still fucking going. Yeah, and he's just in the middle of the ring berating until Roman Reigns come out and Superman punched him and he ran away and didn't come back, and Reigns is just like, fine, you want to do this? We'll do it in a steel cage because I'm Roman Reigns, and I'll beat you in a cage because I'm Roman Reigns.
He does win in steel cages. We saw it at the live event here.
Yeah.
He fucked up.
So
he fucked up Roman.
In
the chat, Dash Gamer goes, "Let it die, please," and I couldn't agree more.
Oh my god, tell me about it.
The old Fluffman Dingus says, "I hope it's done and dusted after this. I'm so sick of this feud. It's going nowhere."
Exactly. There's nowhere for it to go. What's Roman going to do? Take title of King of the Ring? That's not how it works.
Yeah. I think it is a placeholder match for Super Showdown because they can't, with Super Showdown, they really can't start any new stories heading into it, right? So there is 100% that. So I do think this will be the final, and then that will be the definitive, because that's two wins presumably on Roman, because like Roman's coming out the victor here. There's no fucking chance. Roman's going to come out the victor. Then that sets him aside to presumably go for the Universal Championship. Yeah,
that's fair.
This would be a good transition to Universal Championship, but we're not going to do it. Instead, we'll talk about another championship. We'll talk about the SmackDown Women's Championship. So, as it stands right now, Bayley does not have a contender until this match. It was a what's it called? A four-way?
Fatal four-way.
Fatal four-way. Thinking about that, a complete brain fart just then. It was a fatal four-way between Alexa Bliss, Dana Brooke, Naomi, and Carmella, all for an opportunity at the SmackDown Championship. There was a nice little bit of a chat before it, because it was the main event of the night, but story-wise, it's probably more relevant at the start of this show. So Alexa Bliss is in there. She's in a locker room chat with Nikki Cross, talking about how she is the first woman to ever have both SmackDown and the Raw Championship. So she's got some things up her sleeve apparently. Looking where it go.
Yeah. She's like, you know, you gotta have something twisted up your sleeve, and looks at Nikki.
So we should mention as well, everyone except Dana, so Naomi, Carmella, and Alexa have all been previous SmackDown Championship holders. Dana has not. So there's an interesting look at things here. So I personally had the backing of Dana. What you?
Yes. I was gunning for Naomi after the way she stepped up to Bayley last week.
That's a good point.
Yep. So I was like, Naomi's got this in the bag. But then, like, shock out of nowhere, Naomi took the pin from Carmella, and Carmella won. It was a bit of a dirty pin. Like, it was an opportunistic pin. Yeah.
Which caught my attention. I would like to see Carmella have another run.
Yeah.
Because, like, as I transitioned into WWE, she was just lost it from, like, a couple of years back. So I'd be curious to see how she goes in that picture again. But overall, everyone, like, it's a surprisingly good match. Like, everyone brought something cool, and everyone had a viable stake. Like, Alexa Bliss has been sort of stuck within the tag team picture, sort of getting lots of wins over Fire and Desire. So it's this situation of where can she go? Like, the tag teams aren't that way anytime soon, and she already has an opportunity for that. She won that the other week, allegedly. So her only step is to go into that title picture again. Nikki won't have that, even though she has had just as many wins in this situation. Dana, coming out of nowhere recently, just doing a really good job, totally deserving. Naomi coming back after a long time off. I think she's
Bayley ain't ever beat her, sis.
That's true. She's ready to rock and roll. Carmella as well. You know, out of the picture for a while. She's been very quiet. So everyone in here, I kind of had an interest in seeing take the shot.
Yeah, definitely. I really want to see Bayley versus Naomi though, and I'm hoping that'll be, you know, something bigger.
I'm gonna say that's chamber match. That's at the Chamber pay-per-view. I see that. Because that's the difficulty that we're going to have here. So with the next pay-per-view being Super Showdown, does that, like, that's probably the reason we're seeing Asuka versus Becky next week. This week.
This week, yeah.
Yeah, because they we were very lucky to have Natalia versus Lacey at the last Saudi show. I don't see them putting a championship women's match on the show.
Yeah, neither.
But so Carmella coming out the winner, having an opportunity. How do you think Carmella will currently go? Like, we haven't seen her in a while. It's rough. You don't see her taking the win?
I think Bayley's gotten real heavy-handed now, and I think she's literally just going to beat the absolute shit out of Carmella. Like, just absolutely thrash her.
I do agree with you there. I think you are kind of spot on with that setup. With the Carmella coming out and not giving a go. Do you think that Sasha Banks will get involved in some way and possibly disrupt the match? Now, granted, if she does attack Carmella, that would then lead to loss of champion's advantage. Or if she, but would she attack Bayley to save Bayley?
I don't know. I don't think we'll see her, to be honest. I think
good friend of the show, Dave, is in the chat. He goes, "Oh, hi," and then I think he realizes it's wrestling, so he's out.
Bye.
Bye. Hi, Dave. Bye, Dave. Because that's this is something that we've discussed in the past, is with Sasha moving. Will she get involved to have a match with Bayley at Mania? Oh, because I'm similar to you. I don't see Carmella taking the championship here. I think, if anything, if Sasha plays it smart, she could get involved, take the hit on Carmella, therefore giving Bayley, giving Carmella the win, therefore losing champion's advantage on Bayley, forcing Bayley to then have an issue with the next, presumably Naomi. Sasha gets involved again, fucks them up. Belt go, there's chaos there. There's potential for, there's enough little fucking with someone in order to have a potential WrestleMania shot.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a lot of steps in that plan of booking just all this to sort of get Sasha the belt again. But speaking of belts again, or belts for the first time, Braun Strowman comes from his first week of having his Intercontinental Championship. He comes out, has a lovely interview with I'm going to say it was Kayla, but I'm pretty sure it was, I don't think it was Kayla. I think it was
Might have been Sarah?
No, yeah, it could be Sarah. I once again, I was playing GTA. I thought it was
Charlie.
Not Charlie. Renee. I thought it was Renee.
Oh, it was too. Okay, no, my brain dicked out. It was Renee. And I was like, because I was like, I haven't seen Renee in ages. Aw.
Yeah.
But yeah, so first thing I thought when he came out was, oh God, please don't issue an open challenge. Like, they've really got to have something for you. Thankfully, he didn't. He just had an interview. Unfortunately, got interrupted by Sami Zayn and Shinsuke Nakamura. The King of Strong Style. Some words were exchanged by Sami. Shinsuke goes down to attack Braun. Braun gets the upper hand, goes after Sami. The Revival get involved. Yeah. Oh, no, the Revival get involved first, and then he, knocks everybody down and goes chasing after Sami, and then Shinsuke gets in a big old Kinshasa and with some help of the Revival. And, yeah, they basically just beat the shit out of him and leave him lying there.
Yeah. So presumably we're going to get a rematch with Braun and Nakamura. Not something I don't want to see. I want to see new contenders. But if Super Showdown requires matches, then that would be one of them. Yeah, definitely. I think it is just a filler match. I don't think it's going to be a long-term thing. No, I'm in the same. There's not a lot to say here because it is rehashing of an old thing.
Yeah.
Part of me, and seeing is that the no rematch clause suddenly just fucking disappeared.
Yeah.
It is very likely we will see that match again, which I'm personally not super excited about, especially when you've got the likes of Sami getting super involved and just being an absolute fuckhole within those matches. And that was the same thing we saw here with Cesaro versus Elias, which is a match that was, I don't know why they put it together. It's just sort of adding on to the bit of kerfuffle that Elias put on Sammy last week.
Yep, interrupting him and stuff. So he comes out and interrupts Elias. And honestly, I thought it was great.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the whole Elias getting interrupted thing is still very, very funny. Yeah, it was just, a big old thing of nowhere. Like, the first thing I said, this is how much I cared about the entire match and what was going on in the storyline. First thing I said was, Cesaro's not wearing jeans tonight.
Mm-hmm.
God, he's got some nice legs, and all I could focus on for the rest of the day was his legs.
Every time I look at it now, I'm like, that font, the font that's on his jacket, what is that? It looks really, really familiar. And I can't pick what it is. Because I'm like...
His little Cesaro.
Yeah, and then he's got like up, like left, up, down, left, right, plus something on his arm. So it's like, it's gaming related, so it's a gaming font.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, it kind of looks like the control font, but it isn't, it quite isn't. I don't know what it is. But it's really caught my attention, and I want to use that font for something.
Yeah, I was thinking, I said the same thing. I was like, how cool is his little like logo on his jacket?
Yeah, CSRO, you know.
Yeah.
Because
I love that.
I think he's involved in like up, down, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, he definitely is.
This is that weird situation of like, I don't see this being an ongoing thing because we saw Elias level Cesaro last week just in the interruption.
Yeah, exactly.
Now we see another loss to this trio of artists. How have they failed to make these three people look even remotely legitimate? All they have done is since their formation is lose. Like, granted, they got the one win for the IC title, but nothing else.
They had the title for 199 days or something like that. So, I guess Sammy kind of did his job.
Well, no, he got involved and caused a lot of DQ finishes.
Hey, it's the Selena.
Look, granted, a win is a win, but any time on the individual, like Cesaro is just losing constantly. Like. I see a DQ finish as a loss. I don't see it as a win. All that shows is that Sammy does not believe that any member of his team can get the win. So he has this team of alleged artists who are like the best there ever was, as he's claiming, yet he forever has to pull them out of a loss every time. So it's not good. It really isn't good. So, and the more that we see them, and the more that Sammy comes out and makes these claims, the less inclined I am to believe them or to even believe they have any tangible threat within SmackDown.
It's true. It's very true.
Like, I can't say it.
But then the attack on Braun is supposed to do that. It's supposed to make them look tangible.
No, it means that they asked the Revival to do it. They got, like, the Revival did the big part of the beatdown here.
That's true.
So once again, they have minimal involvement and then just benefit off the back end.
Yeah. That's how most people in the government get ahead.
Very true. Very, very true.
It's just a democracy.
We've really torn through the show today because we're half an hour in and we're already at the final segment. Oh, no, we're not. We've got a couple. No, we have a couple.
We've got a couple.
Fuck.
What do you want?
It's all blurred together. Oh, it formatted weird on my phone.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay, here we go. Because let's chat about Sheamus and Gable again. Yeah. For some reason.
Again. Yep. Looks like it's going to happen at Saudi again after the attack that happened tonight. So, Sheamus had a match against Apollo Crews. Squash match, obviously, but I loved it because it was somebody from the roster. It wasn't like Tim from, the gym down the road. It was actually a superstar. Like, Raw really need to take some notes from this because I'm getting real mad about it. Like, SmackDown has a smaller roster and they can pull other superstars. Like, pull your heads in.
Correct.
Anyway, has his little match, beats crap out of Apollo Crews. Shorty G comes running down and attacks him and he just wipes him out again and storms off. I'm over it.
Yeah. So the
next,
the problem that we have here is we know this is just more what's in kayfabe away for a second. This is just filler match for Super Showdown, and we're gonna get this consistently as long as they keep having to do these Saudi shows because they can't tell they can't continue stories within these shows. They simply can't.
No.
So we have to get all these artificially lengthened feuds just to fill a card. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
It's absolute bullshit.
It is quite a bit shit.
And there's not much more we can comment because I don't fucking care about Chad Gable versus Sheamus. I just can't care. I cannot care.
You know what I can care about? You know what I can care about? Otis and Mandy.
Yeah, man. That's one thing I do care very deeply. very deeply.
They did the most beautiful little montage of Otis getting ready for his date with Tucker, and like there was like them sitting at a restaurant and he picks up the steak with his hands and Tucker's like and he picks up the fork and knife, and then it was the sweetest little thing.
And he was training, so he gets all nice and buff, you know, and he's trying different outfits. I did like the suit jacket, but then they ripped the sleeves off because you got to see them guns.
Yeah, it was so beautiful. It was like the smallest little segment, but it was honestly the best part of the show. It was so cute. You
can tell
I'm
that
really excited for next week.
I know. I don't know what they're gonna do, but I'm very much looking forward to this date next week.
My heart, my soul.
I know, it's absolutely wonderful.
It's so sweet.
It's so sweet. It's so wholesome. Granted, I understand this. It's this focus on the big dude that shouldn't have a go with the hot girl. So there is a little bit of that for everyone, you know. Probably a big majority of the WWE universe.
Yeah.
But
you're horrible.
What?
It's very sweet.
It is sweet. Like, I'm not arguing, but I can understand why that story is relatable to so many people.
Of course.
Speaking of relatability, Heath Slater. He got kids. Some people have kids. That's a very fucking rough segue. But he made an appearance this week. Way more tattooed out than I fucking realised, might I add.
Yeah, same.
He's having a chat to Daniel Bryan.
Mm-hmm. So this comes off the back of a little interview that we had with Goldberg, where Goldberg says, you know, they wanted to find out who's next, and Goldberg's like, I've got an itch, and
I want to talk about Goldberg in his whole little bit in just a moment, but
well, I was going to say they run into each other. That's why.
That's correct. They do. Yes.
Yeah, but anyway, basically, we'll talk about it further in a moment. Basically, Goldberg wants the Fiend. So once that little segment happens, Daniel Bryan's backstage. Heath Slater comes up and is like, man, does Goldberg know what he's getting himself into? Like, the Fiend is crazy, man. And he went on for ages. And I was like, oh, dude, like, Daniel Bryan's going to, like, knee your head.
It's like, dig up, idiot, dig up.
Yeah, dig up, stupid. Like, I was like, bro, you're going to get smashed. And then at the end of it, Daniel Bryan's like, oh, what do you think about me and you in the ring right now? And Heath Slater's like, what? And Daniel Bryan just walks off. And I was like, oh, you done did it, bro. You gonna get kneed in the head. And he did. But it was good. Like, this is another thing where it's like, you know, at least you're using, like, people that are there instead of bringing in Johnny Afro from down the road. Like, it was just nice to see. Like, we haven't seen Heath Slater since the whole, like, he was chasing the 24/7 title, like, last year sometime. That was the last time we saw him, like, in an elevator with EC3. Where's he, guys? You know, all that sort of stuff.
Unless he's been on a main event, we didn't watch it, so.
Yeah, exactly it. So it's like, you know, you've got the superstars there, utilize them. So it was nice to see that. It was nice to see him get a little bit of a duzz on with Daniel Bryan.
It was not a duzz on. He got his shit kicked in.
He did.
He really did.
I was just trying to soften the blow because I feel for him. He's got kids.
He does have kids. And I relate to that.
Yeah. But yeah, it was nice to see, but you know, again, it's like, what's gonna happen? Is Daniel Bryan still gonna chase the Fiend after this? Is this not over? Like,
I think this might be the cut. But it's this weird line. Like, there's a lot of frustration, there's a lot of anger within Daniel Bryan, and it's this weird thing, because we have been discussing that within his conversation with people, we do see a man that is unhinged. We see a man that is putting on a fake smile, a facade, a mask, if you will. You know, being like, no, I've changed, I'm good, I'm ready to go, I've got this. You know, like but we're just seeing a man that I don't think he believes his own words, and I think, and then taking that loss at Rumble. You know, I as it stands right now, I don't know what the future holds for Daniel Bryan.
The hinge is hanging on by one. It's ready.
There's like that one nail, and that nail's slowly creaking out. Mm-hmm. Where do you see Daniel Bryan going from here?
I honestly, as bad as it sounds, because people are going to be like, oh, it's a repeat, but I think it'd be really funny if Daniel Bryan penetrated, like, Bray Wyatt's psyche again and got involved and then, like, just screwed him over all over again.
Yeah, it would be interesting if he breaks so hard he then becomes part of the Funhouse.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool to see. That's just some fantasy booking from me. I think he does like angry unhinged really well.
As it stands right now, I can't confidently say or predict where he's going to go. Josh Robinson in the chat. Hey man, welcome. Yes, I don't know what the future holds for Daniel Bryan. I hope he's not like gone from like. The difficulty they have right now is he's bigger than like say the Intercontinental, so I'm not quite sure what's going to go on there. However, I don't see him in the Universal picture right now. No. He's got to have to take some time to sit and think and focus on where he's at, and seeing him take on Heath Slater and kind of kick the shit out of him like shows that there is some unresolved shit within Daniel Bryan, and maybe it brings into question about the Fiend. Like, does the Fiend in fact change them? Like, because Daniel Bryan, we believed he was changed, and he has and he hasn't. Yeah. Like, the Yes Movement's back, but is he still that same angry, eco-friendly guy? Like, was it in fact that the real Daniel Bryan this whole time? Yeah,
it's interesting. I love that he could go any way. It's fun. It's what keeps me watching.
Yeah, very much so. But Paul James in the chat goes, "What's a WWE?"
It's this guy called Goldberg that only comes back for Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, just when he wants to get concussed again. But let's have a chat about Goldberg. Final bit of the night. There was announced that Goldberg was returning to SmackDown this week, so presumably people bought a fuck ton of tickets. Like, woo, Goldberg in the ring, take my money. Little did they realize they were going to Skype call him in his garage. So that was an interesting decision.
Yeah. Yep.
In short, as Jem said, Goldberg is back. He's heading into the Super Showdown because he asked, who's next? We know the answer is the Fiend. He wants to take on the Fiend.
The Fiend, yep. He sure does. And we get this cool little Firefly Funhouse segment where Bray Wyatt comes in as like a news anchor. So he's got his little red sweater with a suit over top of it. And he's like, Bill! And he's like yelling at Goldberg, and like Mercy the Buzzard does the weather. He's like, it's going to be a cold day in hell before Goldberg takes the Universal title and this, that, and the other. And it was just this funny little thing. And then Goldberg's like, I'm not playing your damn games, Wyatt. Like, I want who's next? The Fiend, Bray Wyatt. And just rips off his thingy and storms off all angry because suddenly he's angry at Bray Wyatt for no apparent reason.
Look, as he mentioned, he does have some issues with his previous Universal Championship run. So maybe that's part of it. There's a little bit of a go there. But look, I can't even pretend to kayfabe this one. No. I don't know why this is happening.
Don't care either.
It's so tough. Because it's like this match is just thrown together because they need to have some big match at Super Showdown. I can't keep kayfabe on this one. I really can't.
No, I don't give.
It's tough.
I don't give a flying.
Josh in the chat says, "I hate Super Showdown times in WWE. I just want to skip past it, not to be a Debbie Downer." Dude, no, you're 100% spot on. Because the problem that as we discussed a moment ago, is that this is extending. It's feuds that will last one show. It's artificially extending storylines. It is an actual burden to the storytelling process of WWE.
It's a burden to us. Like, it's going to be the most boring, uneventful review that we do.
Because and we have to talk about it because there is no other pay-per-view this February. That is it.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the problem. So that's going to replace that, and then October it'll Crown Jewel will become the October pay-per-view for the next 8 years, I guess. It's kind of fucked. And on top of that, because we can't even continue women's storylines within this time, it's a real problem. And I think, greater than 2 weeks out, they could have done some better storytelling around having Goldberg wanting to take on the Fiend.
Yeah.
Just
Thanks, Obama.
It's tough because it's. And there goes, Josh goes, Chamber is pretty much a week after Super Showdown. That's worse because then they can't even set up Chamber matches or Chamber stories.
Stop! I hate it. I'm getting mad. I'm getting real mad about it.
It's shit. and it hurts me so bad because like
Yeah.
it actually throws a spanner in the show that we make here. Oh, it's so rough.
Yeah, it is.
So rough. But I understand why Goldberg want to come back. It's the same reason that the Undertaker then hung out with Roman Reigns for a couple weeks. Did like the Graveyard Dogs, which was way better than the Super Showdown. Crown Jewel, I think it was. Like Goldberg wants another shot to not concuss himself and make an absolute wang and embarrass.
Yeah, he needs to redeem himself.
Yeah.
100% he needs to redeem himself.
Josh goes, I honestly wish there was nothing between Rumble and Mania.
Yeah.
Pay-per-view wise, just one big long build to Mania. I would like that.
Yeah, the road to WrestleMania would be great.
I think Rumble's good. What's normally in February?
Fastlane?
Yeah, Fastlane. Yeah, that's right. So look, Fastlane's a nothing pay-per-view anyway. So like, it makes sense to replace it with a super show, with like a Saudi show. However, I also don't like it. Like, why not have like a Saudi show in like, I don't know, fucking May, and then have one in October? Like, no one's gonna really be mad. You know,
exactly.
Because like it's after Mania. Everyone's like, but I can't talk after.
Yeah, nobody cares. The first pay-per-view after Mania, nobody cares.
It's normally Backlash, right? And it's or Payback. Sorry, so it's either repeat matches from Mania or nothing of any major note. It's Stomping Grounds last year, which is even less of importance.
Yeah,
you know, like chuck it in there because like nothing should fuck with the road to Mania.
No, nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, I definitely think.
But yeah, in short, Fiend's gonna fucking decimate Goldberg and hopefully put him under for a while.
Yeah, he's gonna be on the wall of friends. They call it.
Yeah, just adding all the legends to the wall. I think it could have been done any other time, but look, it makes sense. If you want to throw it together, like it makes sense from a booking perspective for money, but not for story. It's a real shame.
Yeah, exactly right. That's it, really? Do we have a dirt sheet that gets
No dirt sheet this week. There is one bit of news that we can talk about, though, that did happen. So Buddy Murphy has since been renamed. He is now just Murphy.
Murphy. Hate it.
Makes sense. When you got the likes of Razor and Akam all working under one name, and then you have the Messiah, like it's the one name disciples. It's if you look at even the disciples of JC or Jesus Christ, they're all like John, Peter, Paul. Like they're all one name dudes anyway. So it's fitting that naming convention, I guess, if you want to really bastardize some religion. But with Akam and Razor being one name, it makes sense. I would have stuck with Buddy.
Yeah, I would have stuck with Buddy too. It'd stick a lot better.
Yeah. But interesting call. Josh in the chat adds, if Goldberg wins, I will poo myself out of madness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be fuming.
Yeah.
But like, is there a history between Goldberg and Bray Wyatt? Like, I can't think of it.
No.
Rad. What a way to end the show on an absolute fucking down note. The Empire Strikes Back up in here.
Hey, well, it's cool that Sheamus looks like Beaker again.
Yeah, woo! Whenever we feel mad,
Love it.
there's one thing you need to remember.
Sheamus
It's
looks like
Otis and Mandy.
that too.
If you ever feel sad, remember that this love is true. This love is real. And they will live happily ever after.
We'll call them Modus.
Eating...
You okay? They're Modus.
Modus. That's horrible,
Modus.
but I love it.
Yeah, Modus.
It's like, do you think... Look, okay, let's have some fun here. Let's just get
Sorry.
Let's just get fucking silly.
Okay, let's get dumb.
If all goes well, and they realize that they are meant for each other, and they are the love of each other's lives, will we see Mandy Dozovich?
I reckon so. That would be cute.
Mandy,
really
or they could call her.
Yeah.
The Doze.
The Doze.
Or...
Mandos.
Or...
Call her Mandos.
Or... Will Otis, who currently he doesn't have a surname in the current WWE setup, will he then take, be conventional, be 22nd century? Will he be taking on Mandy's surname? Will he become Otis Rose?
He could.
That sounds like a really bad glam rock singer, Otis Rose.
Yeah, Otis Rose.
What's your stance? How do you think it's going to go? Chat, let us know. And then we'll start wrapping up the show.
I hope it goes well, but I feel like it's going to be a dumpster fire, but she's still going to like him at the end of it anyway.
I think so too. Do you think Sonya will get involved? Will she finally profess her love?
Oh, maybe. Oh.
And then Tucker does the same thing, and then we get 2 same-sex stories at the same time?
Oh, that would be cute. Well, we have seen Otis kiss Tucker on the head and say he loves this man.
Yeah, they are bros.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, that brings us to the end of this week's episode of The Young and the Restless SmackDown. This wrestling conversation came at you on a Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. on your podcast services, 9 a.m. on those YouTubes. If you want to join that wrestling conversation, head over to twitch.tv/thepopcultures. Give us a nice little bit of follow, and you'll get notified when we come on the internet and record this show live and in front of people. And you'll be joining the chats alongside lovely, beautiful people like Fluffman Dingus, like Josh Robinson, like Scott the Thotty, like Dash Gamer, everyone.
Scotty Too Thotty.
Everyone that came and joined the chat with us. It is much, much appreciated. Are you right there?
Yeah, look, I'm just laughing because there used to be a wrestler called Scotty Too Hotty.
Yeah, I know that.
I'm just thinking about that. Yeah. Scotty Too Wotty.
Scotty Too Thotty. But
Scotty Han Wotty.
if you want to support us in a... wait, did I mention all the socials? No, I didn't.
I can't remember.
I don't know. If you want to join the wrestling conversation, Facebook, Twitter, Discord, Instagram, all those links are in the down below area. Come chat with us on those. Then there's the chat about Twitch, which I got my backwards. I just keep thinking about Otis and Mandy and how beautiful this date's going to be, and it fucks my brain. If you want to support us financially, head over to the patreon.com/thepopculture. Support us at any tier that you are so inclined. It's no rewards, just out of the kindness of your own hearts. But if you want to support us in a more one-star fashion, head over to popcultures.com/shopping, buy shirts and other sort of shit with our logos on it. If you are listening to us on your podcast service, be sure to give us a 5-star rating, download the shows, tell your friends, get it all out there, put it across the internet if you want more people to talk about
repost.
Yeah, about the stories and the feuds of WWE. It's good times. The love stories. Of Modus. Hashtag Modus.
Hashtag Modus.
Yeah, Modus. I think Modus is good. But until the next time, when we talk about Raw, it's probably a couple of days away at this point. Mm-hmm. It's like 48 hours from now. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm Ryan Betson.
And I'm Jem.
And we'll see you then. The Young and the Restless, the Pop Cultures WWE podcast, is fan support over at Patreon at patreon.com/thepopcultures. And we'd like to thank our Patreon producers and our Patreon founders for their kindness, their support, and their generosity. Our Patreon founders: Alpha Ferret, Craig O'Flaherty, David Chataway, Jesse Stevenson, and Jacob Garner. And our Patreon producers: AJ Abatomi, Damien Holdies, Kyle Dunn, Lee Wintershoven, Nathan Massetti, Paul James, Pure Mongrel, and Sean Levitt.